We are starting the case study, and today's case study is about underpopulation. And we have picked Australia, the country where we can say that the population is underpopulation. Okay. So before starting the case study, we are drawing a rough map of Australia with some important locations. Some of the important locations, one is the Melbourne, Sydney, Brisbane. We also have Canberra here. We have Adelaide. We have Perth. Okay, this is underpopulation. The Great Dividing Range. This is the GDR or the Great Dividing Range, the mountain. Okay, we have here Arham Land. This is Arham Land. This portion, the Gulf portion, this is Gulf of Carpentaria. Okay. On the north of this, on the northern side of Australia, we have Arafura Sea. Okay. We have one more mountain range, that is McDonnell. Mountain range, that is McDonnell. Here we have another plateau, Barkland, Barclay Tableland, Kimberley region. This region is famous for, सुना होगा इसका नाम जरूर, famous for diamond. This Arham land, this is also one of the reservoirs of bauxite. Desert भी है यहाँ पे. We have a great sandy desert here. Great sandy desert. Gibson desert is also there. Small desert, that is Gibson. Victoria desert. Perth town is also famous for iron resources. Iron plus coal is there. और rivers में मैं कहूँ तो we have a river that is originating from Great Dividing Range. One is Murray. This is River Murray, and another river that is originating, its name is Darling, which is also a tributary of Murray. ठीक है, Darling and Murray, these are the important rivers. और जो है उनका कुछ ज्यादा यूज नहीं है ओवरऑल. ठीक है. We also have some lakes. मैं सोच रहा था दूसरे पे लोकेट कर देता हूँ उसको. We have Blue Mount National Park here. Kalgoorlie, famous for gold mines. Some famous lakes also, the Lake Woods, Kalgoorlie, one of the famous gold mines. In fact, this is the largest gold mines of the world. We also have a lake here, Lake Eyre. And here we have a Lake Gardner. Lake Gardner. ठीक है, in fact, ऑस्ट्रेलिया का एक स्टेट इधर भी है, that is Tasmania. This is Arham land. This Arham land is rich in bauxite as well as iron and coal. Iron and coal also. So overall, this case study is about the underpopulation. Overall population of Australia is कितनी है? It's around 2.6 crores. And the nation's average population density 3.3 person per square kilometer. इंडिया में कितना है? 482 person per square kilometer. And some of the cities of Australia like Melbourne and Sydney, वहां पे you will see some big numbers like Melbourne में आपका हो जाएगा 450 plus 450 person per square kilometer. Same as Sydney, 400 की range में ही है, not exactly number, 400 person per square kilometer. ठीक है, these are the major towns and cities of Australia. और जो इंडिया का अगर major towns and cities है, if I compare with them, that दिल्ली से कर लेते हैं, 11,700 कुछ है. ठीक है, so there are some reasons why this region is underpopulated. One is that the geographical location has led to the formation of a very harsh or extreme climate, and that's why the majority of population love to stay in the coastal strips. Majority of population is staying in coastal areas. Like सारे देखे ना towns कहाँ हैं? Brisbane हुआ, Perth हुआ, Sydney, they all are the coastal ones. Isolated location is also another factor. Plus the western part of a Great Dividing Range, the area that is to the west of GDR is also comes in the category of remote. Okay, the west of GDR is a remote location, very far away from the major towns. And if somebody stays here, if by chance, वैसे तो कोई रहना चाह नहीं रहा, लेकिन फिर भी अगर कोई रहना शुरू करे या रहे, तो what they have been facing of one serious issue, that is long distance commutation. Long distance commutation is the biggest challenge for them, those who are trying to settle in this part that is the west of GDR. क्यों? क्योंकि ये जो पार्ट है दैट इज द वेस्ट ऑफ जीडीआर, यहाँ पे ज्यादा कुछ है नहीं. सो ऑब्वियसली इफ समवन इज स्टेइंग हियर, ही और शी हैज टू ट्रेवल टू मेलबोर्न, सिडनी, ब्रिस्बेन, बड़े शहरों की तरफ जाना पड़ेगा उसे, और फॉर दैट दे हैव टू ट्रेवल अ लॉन्ग डिस्टेंस. तो दैट इज द मेजर इशू, वन मेजर प्रॉब्लम. वी हैव अ लैक ऑफ अरेबल लैंड ड्यू टू सर्टेन जियोलॉजिकल कंडीशंस. ठीक है, ड्यू टू सर्टेन जियोलॉजिकल कंडीशंस द लैंड इज नॉट अरेबल, नॉट फिट फॉर द कल्टीवेशन ऑल. इसमें ये वाला पॉइंट है कि टिल 1970 ऑस्ट्रेलियंस वेरी स्ट्रिक्टली इन्फोर्स द व्हाइट इमिग्रेशन पॉलिसी. ऑस्ट्रेलियंस टिल 1970 स्ट्रिक्टली इन्फोर्स्ड व्हाइट इमिग्रेशन पॉलिसी. और क्या था इस व्हाइट इमिग्रेशन पॉलिसी में? दैट नॉन माइग्रेंट्स, ठीक है, migrants who are non-whites cannot settle in Australia unless and until he or she is married with any Australian. ठीक है, non-whites are not allowed to settle without marrying the natives. ठीक है, even some of the experts criticize Australia saying that they are the racist. उसके लिए बहुत criticism भी हुआ उनका, but doesn't matter to them. ठीक है, another factor is West Australian cold current, the presence of West Australian cold current, which is creating the drier and arid conditions and also leads to formation of desert. ठीक है, making the place more unsuitable for habitation and settlement. No ancient, ये भी हो सकता है, no ancient civilization, but बहुत पहले वैसे आ गए थे, इनके पास टाइम बहुत था नंबर्स बढ़ाने का, सेटल आउट करने का. एक्चुअली दे, जो इंग्लिश लोग थे, दे केम फ्रॉम ईस्ट, so they didn't even attempt to go beyond GDR. That is the Great Dividing Range. 1930s के बाद they have tried कि let's explore this part of the world so that we can also stay there, can make some residential complexes and all. लेकिन वो अभी तक भी हो नहीं पाया. ठीक है, वो भी हो सकता है पॉइंट. No early civilization. Bush fires or forest fires due to drought, and drought coupled with El Nino, drought along with El Nino is fueling the फॉरेस्ट फायर्स, और यू कैन से द बुश फायर. बुश फायर्स बोलते हैं इनको वहां पे, बिकॉज वहां पे फायर जो है वो वही की जो ड्राई वेजिटेशन है, दैट इज द मेन रीजन फॉर इट. ठीक है, बुश फायर इज अ फायर दैट इज जनरेटेड फ्रॉम द स्क्रब्स, वुडलैंड्स, वहां की जो खुश्क पत्ते, खुश्क जो वेजिटेशन है, दैट इज रिस्पॉन्सिबल फॉर इट. फॉरेस्ट फायर तो अलग चीज हो गई. ठीक है, दैट्स व्हाई दे आर कॉलिंग इट अ बुश फायर. मेटलिस्टिक लोग हैं. ठीक है, मेटलिस्टिक कल्चर, लोग विश्वास कर रहे हैं खाओ पियो और मौज करो, फालतू की टेंशन मत लो. ठीक है, सो व्हाट आर द रिजल्ट्स और व्हाट आर द इंपैक्ट ऑफ इट? इंपैक्ट क्या हुआ इसका? TFR ऑफ ऑस्ट्रेलिया इज 1.7 एंड अकॉर्डिंग टू एक्सपर्ट्स ऑस्ट्रेलिया इज likely to face a shortfall of 2.3 million workers by end of 2030. ठीक है, डिक्लाइन इन मिलिट्री स्ट्रेंथ. ठीक है, डिपेंडेंसी रेशियो इज इंक्रीजिंग, डिपेंडेंसी रेशियो इज इंक्रीजिंग एज एवरी सक्सेसिव जनरेशन इज स्मॉलर इन साइज कंपेयर टू द प्रीसीडिंग जनरेशन. ठीक है, तो डिपेंडेंसी रेशियो बढ़ रहा है. और क्या होगा? डिक्लाइन इन डोमेस्टिक डिमांड और डिक्लाइन इन डोमेस्टिक मार्केट, और यू कैन से द श्रिंक इन डोमेस्टिक मार्केट. As there is a limited supply of laborers, so there is a less chance that laborers get specialized. Lack of specialization of laborers, lack of specialization of laborers due to limited supply or due to limited workforce. तो कुछ गवर्नमेंट ने भी कुछ करने की कोशिश की है. एक तो गवर्नमेंट ने क्या किया, सुना तो होगा बहुत कुछ. यस, दे हैव लिबरलाइज्ड द माइग्रेशन पॉलिसी, और आई कैन से दैट दे आर इशूइंग PR. PR means permanent residency for those who are willing to settle in remote part. Those who are willing to settle in remote parts, PR is being issued to them. ठीक है, study scholarship programs have been given to the students of various countries so that they can come here, and after few years of studying in college they can settle, marry with the native and remain there. ठीक है, और क्या कर रखा है? They are promoting policies that can help them to balance the social as well as personal life. Promoting policies to balance professional and personal life. और किया है उन्होंने, they are strengthening the transportation system from major towns to regional remote places. ठीक है, इसलिए कि वो easily they can move from one part to another and it would help them in doing jobs and all. इसके अलावा बेबी बोनस is also offered. $2,000 for first child and $1,600 for the second child. In fact, they have also given a slogan that Australians should have 3 child, one for mom, one for dad, and one for the country. This is the public awareness campaign or a slogan that they have raised, that every Australian must have a 3 child, one for mother, one for father, and one for the nation. That's it. जो एक data है, that says Australian data that Melbourne and Sydney are 2 cities that are observing more than 50% of growth in the last 3 years. यहाँ पे कुछ population बढ़ रही है and all. That's it. Over.